Today I'll be using the Geeboon TC22 solder station with some surface mount work. These boards will have 2 resistors and 3 capacitors. Everything except C3. C3 is a 1206 component and the rest are 0603. I'll put a picture of those up here in a moment. I'm going to start by adding a little bit of flux to each of the right pads and I'll tin those. Oops. This is Mechanic 223 flux. It's okay. It works decent. I like the MG stuff a lot better, but got to use this up. So why not do it now? Try to get rid of some of this glare. There we go. Alright, I'm going to tin these pads. Using the conical tip, as I said. It's the 115 handle, so this thing is pretty tiny. I figured I'll try it out on this. Don't want to put too much on these things, so get a little bit on the tip, and if I need to feed more in, I will. Let's see. It's a little hard working in the microscope. Let's clean this up. Yeah, do it this way. That's a huge ball. Let me cut that off. Come on, get on there. That's a huge blob. Yeah, I'll take care of that in a minute. This is probably not the best tip for this. Should probably try using the hooked tip, like a JLO2 type tip. Yeah, this is not the ideal tip. I'll probably switch out in a minute. Let me see. I think I actually have a small knife edge. I might try that out just to clean up those big blobs. Don't want those on there. I think I have a K-tip. Let's see. Yep, I do. Perfect. Maybe I'll go back to that one for finishing these up, but seat that in all the way. There we go. It looks a lot better. Let's see what other one needs a little touch up. Oops, let me clean this off. Let's see. This is not coming up. Not sure what this thing's doing. It's freaking out on the temperature. Oh, I don't think that... Yeah, that's not in all the way. 1 second. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, tip wasn't in all the way. Alright, clean up that top right one. Holding these down with some blue tack so they're kind of not perfectly level, so the one's out of focus just a little bit. Alright, grab these resistors and set them on there. Oops. Alright. I'm just gonna do the right pad for now and then I'll rotate the boards and go back around. Trying to get these angled right. Doesn't have to be perfect, but get it the best we can. Try to straighten this one up a little bit. There we go. This roll of solder that's kind of stopping my hand from rotating all the way. Yeah, that one's good enough. Alright, I will grab C1 and place it on the boards. Come on. Flux is making these stick to the tip of the tweezers a little bit. Move this solder out of the way. Sticking up a little bit. Need to get it tacked down and then I'll, yeah, it's sticking up in the tweezers a little bit. I gotta knock it down. There we go. Alright. Grab C2 and place them now. Try to wipe these off a little bit. This one held up a little bit too high. We'll see. Yep. Just trying to grab it on the top half of the capacitor so I can kind of push it flush on the board and keep it level. These are very small, so it's a little bit tough. And then lastly, we'll grab C3, drop these in place on the board. These ones are much bigger, little easier to work with. Alright. Let's hang up the iron and get these rotated. Alright, now I've got to do my now right side on these again. I'll put a little flux on them. Might actually try to bump this top right C3 over just a hair. Let's go left-handed with this and see how it goes. There we go. I like that better. Alright. Now we just have to get down that side, and I might go over the other side with a little bit more flux and solder. We'll see. Tin the tip of this just a hair. That might be all I need, actually. These things are, well, at least the 0603s might just need solder on the tip. These 1206s are a fair amount larger. Alright, looks good. Yeah, we'll see how this goes with just a tiny bit of solder on the tip of the iron. I think that'll be plenty. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be plenty. You don't have to feed the solder into these things. They're so small. And this is this is, I think it's point 0.5 solder, 0.02 inches. All right, do the same on the right board. Not liking how that one looks. I'll go over it again in a moment. this look better. I'm not sure why that might be floating a little bit. Clean it up here in a moment. Forgot if I hit this one. Let's double check. Yeah. All right, let me get these cleaned up, and I will show them on the microscope. All right, these are the boards cleaned up. Let's see. See if I can refocus this a little bit. I did touch up one or two of the components. I think I might have missed them earlier. Um, Did fine though. That was with the 115 K-tip, the knife edge, um, and that's with some Kester 6030. What is it? 6337 solder, and the Mechanic 223 flux. Worked out fine. The blue tack held down the boards decent. I should have probably used some like two-way tape or something, but yeah, and I forgot to mention that. Let me move the camera a little bit. The stand does have a sleep mode on it. Um, Previously, I didn't realize that this metal collar right here is what puts it to sleep. So you do not put it in like the normal one. Whoops, get my arm out of the way. You don't put it in like that. You actually hang it from near the cord right there, and that puts it into sleep right there. Let's see if you can get that. There's sleep. If I pick it up, goes back up to 380. Put it back down, goes into sleep. So that was a mistake on my first video. So yeah, that little wire rack holder thing for the 115 handle does work. Um, I might bend it just so it's not right above everything. But yeah, it works as is. If you have any other questions, let me know. I will do a through-hole video here in the next couple of days, hopefully. Just waiting for some components to come in. Yeah, so far seems like a decent iron for the little bit of soldering I've done with it. Heats up fast. Obviously, make sure your tip is seated, or else it kind of freaks out, as seen earlier. Once it's seated all the way, it reads fine and heats up fine. Yeah, have a nice day.